This is Adam Wilson on your YPN committee. I'm here with Starla Harlow and Heather Ruggles. We are going to be talking to her. She's one of our silver sponsors. So today we're going to interview her and just go over what her company does for our association. We'll just ask her a few questions. Starla, go ahead and take it away.
Heather, so nice to see you today.
Hello. I think this is an awesome program that you guys have put together.
Thank you. Well, it's been difficult with this whole COVID, as you very well know, but it's been nice being able to see people and give back right now. So as part of the YPN sponsorship, we're going to be doing a monthly sponsorship spotlight for whoever is our gold sponsors and our silver sponsors. And we're looking forward to seeing yours today and hearing about your company.
So typically as a sponsor, you get to have your wake up YPNs, you get your moments to talk during that point. But with COVID, everything has changed. So this is your spot to shine, to kind of hear about your business. So let's ask you a few questions.
All right. Well, I'll tell you a little bit. My name is Heather Ruggles. I work for SNAP NHD. And for those that don't know, NHD stands for a Natural Hazard Disclosure Report. It's a mandatory disclosure in the state of California for all real estate transactions. A natural hazard disclosure report has 6 main components that must be disclosed. Whether or not the property is in a flood zone, whether or not the property is in an area of dam inundation, possible flooding if the dam breaks, whether the property is in a very high fire hazard area, whether the property is in a wildland fire area, whether the property is near an earthquake fault zone in California, and last but not least, whether it is in an area of seismic liquefaction, subsidence. Some of that happens here in the valley. So actually, it's very exciting stuff, and I say that tongue in cheek, but it's the best job I've ever had. And I love going around and promoting the industry that nobody really paid any attention to for many years.
It has to be really hard for you not being able to actually go out and put your feet on the ground and go to offices and talk to people. How's that working out for you?
I am an extrovert by nature, and as you all know, I love being out and about, and that's my job. COVID has definitely grounded me to home and not being able to see everybody. I'm preaching to the choir here when I say that Tulare County is a family, and I feel like I haven't been to Auntie M's house for 6 months, and I'm ready for us to all get back together. I just miss everybody. I miss that sense of family. I miss my friends. I miss it all.
So Heather, during COVID, how has your company adapted and what changes have you made?
Well, at the beginning of COVID, I heard a quote right in the first few weeks that said, "Pivot, don't pause." And I think there was a moment there at the beginning where everybody kind of looked around as to what are we going to do next? When is this going to end? And we had to pivot. As an industry, we had to pivot as sales reps. We had to pivot, and not just sales reps for natural hazard disclosures, home warranty reps, pharmaceutical reps, beauty salon reps, all reps had to pivot. Suddenly, the act of what we do, going out from office to office and visiting with people, that's a COVID mecca. And so we quickly dialed our sales force back and had everybody stay home as to not infect anyone and not to carry germs from office to office. And we really took a digital turn. A couple of years ago, I had been with a competitor, and I left that company for a technology solution to an archaic industry. And it was I'm trying not to say too much as to not get myself in trouble, but who knew I would be leading the times that 2 years later, the entire world would have to go technology savvy. So I feel pretty good about being in the right place at the right time. I called my CEO at the very beginning and said, "What have we done?" And he said, "Well, you've joined the right team and we're going to be all right. And this is what we do. We are tech savvy." So social media has been our best friend. We've tried to stay away from email spamming. And really it's phone calls, it's Zoom meetings all the time. And yeah.
I really like that point where you said the pivot and don't pause. I really like that.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny, pivot and don't pause. It wasn't, like I said, not just for reps and not just our industry, but watching agents too, watching everybody get tech savvy and really cleaning up the processes of how we do real estate. And I know that is a touchy subject, and you know, there are probably very political correct answers and ways to say that, but I think it's been a really good thing for our industry to tap in to what is technical, yet still maintaining relationships with people. No matter what industry you're in, a little technology advancement never hurt anybody, as long as you're not taking away the relationship. And for that, I am grateful for Tulare County, for the business, for the support, for the friendships. Even when I've been away at camp, it feels like all year, I feel like I'm almost like a foreign exchange student who's been away, but watching from afar. And I cannot wait to be back with everybody. And I'm going to try not to hug, but that's probably going to, you know, I'm going to get arrested. Like that'll be why I go to jail for hugging people. We were at a wedding last month with several people from the association, and oh, it warmed my soul. It filled my cup and warmed my soul to see everybody. And I'm really hoping that we can get back to a little more of that in a very safe fashion with our masks and our hand sanitizers.
Heather, thank you so very much for everything. You are a great sponsor. You're a great friend.